Also, these chairs are so perfect. I feel like some chairs my legs will fall asleep because of where
Yeah.
it cuts, and this is rounded.
It round.
Love. You're just thinking of everything.
Experience.
Experience. I am. I'm sipping. I'm sharing.
Right. And see, and we're having an experience. And it's so easy.
It's so easy.
It's like,
well, with good company too.
That's true. But you're a great company.
Oh.
So I've long
One
admired
more.
you.
I'm just gonna cheers.
I know.
You
It's just I just love this. It's just like been, yeah, I appreciate this opportunity. And it's really important for me as well to have this conversation with you as a woman of ethnicity and just in all that you do. It was like, yeah, this is going to be like, as we go on this, I was like, that's my first talk. Like, yeah, like, so I'm excited because for me, it's all about community and we're in community together. And so to be able to share this, like, again, we want to deepen our ties. We want to go deeper, what we call our sip porters. And so, a lot of people don't know like really why. And like this, making this wine for me is reclaiming, a communal talent and a communal like harvesting. So I grew up, and many families grew up with fruit trees like already there.
Yeah.
And so you could go grab fruit. You could walk down the street and grab something, fruit, and get it from your neighbor's yard. And so our family came together and we harvested. Children were the labor, but they made wine. And wine was also something to barter with. Like your neighbor might have these fruit and you had this fruit. And so it really was a communal activity. It was a family. It was like everybody gathering together. And that's really what it's about for me. And that's why I would say we're community made, because it's not, everybody's like, oh, it's wine. No, it's the experience, or we call it sip experience. It's about, let's talk about wine. Like, but the thing is, I could meet you but we can be drinking this wine. And the next thing you know, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, you have a magazine? Oh, I used to be a writer. Oh, you used to be a writer. And then we're down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And now we found more commonalities than not. And now for me, more important than ever, given where we are in our current climate in the world, is hosting more sip experience events where I bring together a very divergent crowd. And so we could begin to see we have more in common than not. That we got to move beyond the red and blue and realize that I might have moderate, but I also might have some conservative views. And I think that is being, more in depth in your community, more intentional, like our wine names, intention, gratitude, love. We're about we want to really embody the values, which are my family values that I'm just bringing out and again, passing on to people.
That is so beautiful. I mean, it reminds me of like the way you break bread with people.
Yes.
And I think that is such an experience. And I look at other cultures, and you said this in our first talk a little bit about how the US can be very focused on like making money and like time is money and like all those things. And I think time is a currency that we can never get back, we can never make more of. But taking away that money piece of it and making it full of intention.
Exactly.
And the way that, I mean, I'm Mexican and Filipino, and like meals they're big.
Oh yeah.
And I know when I go to my abuelos, like I took my in-laws for the first time, and like we had so much food before we sat down to eat. I was like, y'all weren't supposed to take too much at the beginning, because that's just the little aperitif.
Right. That's your aperitif.
Like, the meal is going to be in 2 hours, and you still have to be hungry.
And you must eat, or it's offensive. And that's what I said. See, that's the cultural thing that binds us, right? Those were just snacks. And that first drink that we gave you, or that bottle that we expected you to finish, that's just the beginning. We still have like, we play, this thing goes till 1 a.m.
This is a long time.
We started this at noon or 2, and this goes till like, 1, 2 a.m. Like this is a 12-hour thing. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
Block the day.
Yes, right. You're like, did you have something else to do? Like that, people are offended. Like, you, what? You plan to go meet who for brunch? This is. So, and like you said, that thing about time and it being currency. But think about this, though. We spend so much time on social media. so much time scrolling,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not making money. It's
Mm-hmm.
in for a lot of us, it's making us feel worse
Mm-hmm.
than we do. So
Mm-hmm.
think about that time in community
Mm-hmm.
where now I'm with people, or even just your family, or whatever you define community is.
Right.
And now that is because really it's a currency. But think about the word even currency.
Mm-hmm.
Currency is a form of energy.
Mm.
So
Ooh.
now we're saying what we're really doing is sharing energy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like time, yeah, it's currency. It's like money, it's currency, it's energy, but it's the experience. Then it
Mm-hmm.
go because again, that energy shared between us, it's an experience. When I leave you, when people leave, I'm like, oh my God, it was just something about her. Like
Mm-hmm.
she just, I don't know what it is. I can't put it into words.
Mm-hmm.
That is that energetic experience that you were left with.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just feel like that's the way we could really think about time. And I understand we live, like we have to pay our bills. So I'm not saying don't go out, have a business,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm not
I
telling
mean,
people
listen,
that.
I'm trying to barter with citizens in AES.
Right. I mean,
Y'all, listen.
hey, I will bring down cases of wine. Like the value of my light bill is this case. Thank you. But even in our own, we have to do that in our own again community.
Mm-hmm.
What can I barter? What can I do for
Yeah.
you? Do you have that magnificent printer that prints 12 by 14 posters?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hey, I can give you an ad. Or I
Right.
can do this. And I think we are really going to get back to that,
Mm-hmm.
to being in community with one another, to sitting down, I hope, to getting off the screen
Mm-hmm.
and finding our commonalities
Mm-hmm.
versus our we already know. Everybody saw the map.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's on the map Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
We saw it. We're mourning.
Mm-hmm.
Many of us are
Yeah.
mourning. Many of us are in shock, but our community
Mm-hmm.
will get us through.
Mm-hmm.